Hey guys, welcome back to Etheria Restart. In today's video, I want to have a chat about the ongoing 2x event and some options you have if you're like me and you had a busy day one to the event and you didn't get to grind too much and you feel like you've got a shitload of stamina refills. I'm also going to quickly touch on the Lilium changes and my testing there. But once again, I have had a busy Saturday. That's why I had no video yesterday. Just a ton on with the family, with kids' sport, with all that sort of stuff. So let's go through it and first of all, talk about the 2x event. So ideally, what you want to be doing in the 2x event is farming the modules that you're really going for, farming, your Inferno modes, and so on and so forth. Now, the first thing I want to say is if you feel like your Inferno mode runs are going slow. So for me personally, my Inferno in Doki Doki is anywhere from 3.5 to 4.5 minutes normally on my safe runs. So it's still a slow team. I haven't built the Yelly. I'm still just slow in Doki Doki Inferno. You can see that I'm still only, you can probably just see it, that I'm still only 1 star on Inferno. But my Hell 4 team, which I am actually farming right now, is about 50 second to 1 minute clears. So what I'm actually doing is punching through some runs over here on Hell 4 to get myself a stockpile. Now, why am I doing that? The reason is because what I'm really searching for from Doki Doki is not the Swift Raid as much as the Swift Rush. So the 12-piece speed set. I want to get faster gear is essentially where I'm at because my fastest in RTA is about 314, 316 speed, which is just nowhere near fast enough. So this account, it missed the first 2x event and then I farmed Aurora on the second 2x event, and I got a really good stockpile of Bloodbath and Bulwark pieces. And I've also got a pretty decent stockpile of the Swift Smite as well. And so that's why now I want to go ahead and farm some extra Swift Rush pieces because I don't even have many purple speed Swift Rush pieces. So that's what I'm doing there. So if you're like me and you got a bunch of stamina and you're like, I really want to get some value out of it and I really want to get more pieces, then you can go ahead there and you can farm some of the Hell 4. Now the drops are worse. You don't get the Swift Raid, the Swift Rush, the Evil Guard, the Coloss Guard, whichever ones, those extra pieces, but you can get yourself a lot more if you just go ahead and punch that out, depending on what your Inferno team speeds are compared to your Hell 4 speed, your Hell 4 team speed. So that's an option for you. You don't have to do that because the other option you can do is play the really long game and go, well, screw it. I'll just keep running the Inferno and then I'll have a bunch more of these. And by maybe the next 2x or the one after that, I'll have speed teams going on Inferno and then I can speed run that stamina through Inferno. So there's no right answer. It's just whether you want to sort of rush through. And I decided I'm going to do some Hell 4, rush through, probably try and get through, maybe 10, 15 of these and then go back to the Inferno. And then maybe if I end up saving, say, 20 to 30 potions, then I'm still pretty happy with that sort of balance of where it's at. Now, the other thing you can do also is get a stockpile from the GP outpost. Now, I already did a bit of farming here because it was quick and it made me burn some stamina. And, it's stuff that I'll eventually need. Now, you can see I've got around, the 150 of the gold ones on each thing, except for the green, which I've got 264. The reason I've got so many greens is because Sanya is my next character to build, and I haven't done any of her prowess, so I know I'm going to burn a bunch of greens anyway. So that's the one I did. The other thing that I did do was burn a bit of energy in the investigation, just to get myself, basically to burn some quick, also to get myself some extra of the blue shadow prints because I do need to 6-star more things. And then the other thing that you can get is some extra summons out of there, which I've probably got, I want to say I got about 16 or so summons out of it, but I probably did about 10 to 15 stamina refills in it. So, it's not crazy value at the moment. I feel like it was way better in the first 2x that I did over on my other account, but hey, it is what it is. So those are kind of your options. Once again, you can just stick to farming Inferno. And then if you end up having a bunch of these left over, that's perfectly fine. You can just build a speed team for the next 2x event, or you can drop down into Hell 4 difficulty just to get some faster runs and get yourself more gear that might impact your account over the next month or so. And then you can also go ahead and stockpile some of the GP outpost or farm some investigation if you want to burn some stamina. Once again, there is no 100% right option on you must do this. It depends on your time frame, your horizons, and how many stamina refills you got. But those are the options. Once again, I'm just farming some of the Hell 4 because as you can see, my runs are pretty quick and we are still getting, some decent little pieces. There's been nothing crazy. Look at that. like we've already got a Swift Rush. It is only a 2-piece matrix effect, but it is 4 substats with the speed. So that is something I am 100% going to roll, see if I can get the speed upgrades, because all I am doing at the moment is speed checking, and my speed checking has been going absolute dog shit. So hopefully I can get some faster sets with a bit of this health 4 farming. Once again, I'll probably try and burn myself in the next, sort of 4 hours down to maybe like 40 of these, maybe less if I can, and then switch back to the Inferno and just do some slower runs. Now, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about for the 2x event. You can also look to farming a different Inferno that you farm faster, but most people are targeting what they actually want to do and what they're aiming for their specific purposes. A lot of people may be looking for Bloodbath this time, so they're farming over in Aurora. Now, let's quickly chat about the changes that happened to her. So let me go ahead and grab her gear quickly. Where is it? So there it is. Yeah, so I made a little momentum build for her for PvE purposes. So with Lilium, she does slap pretty hard in PvE. So I've got her at crit capped. I got her at 246 crit damage, 3,900 attack. She's on the White Fang. It's kind of the only build I had. I only had a White Fang with the Swift Raid, so that's why she's on that one. We've got the overclocking at 28, crit damage at 26, and general damage at 5%. And honestly, this build is really damn solid in PvE. I'm sure you've seen a lot of people showing their performances. She absolutely does slap. If we go over into, say, for something like modules, my Aurora, you can see I've got like my Aurora runs. The one problem I have is the rest of my account isn't built enough, and that's where farming a bunch of Doki Doki, not only for the Swift Rush, but also for the Time Weave pieces, so I can get some better PvE Time Weave pieces, I think would be really nice as well. But yeah, she does slap over here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to stop this battle after that one, and I'll show you guys the build that we're running over here in Aurora. The one problem is if I miss the strip, I just lose. And that's why this is the team I still run when I farm Aurora. It's about 3-minute runs, but it's reliable. Whereas if I go ahead and use the other team, which is going to be this one here, I've done a lot of different testing builds quickly on it. So if I do this one is fast. It's normally around like 1 minute 10, 1 minute 20, but if I miss a strip, I just get absolutely slapped. So that's where if I improve the gear on the rest of my characters, then this becomes reliable. So I feel like my Lilium build is really, really solid. Now, keeping in mind, she is 545, so she's 11 lattices in, and she hits damn hard. And this, because I got the momentum, we obviously want to get the Dyna in there for all the extra debuffs, and you can see her skill 3. It's probably going to leave the boss at like 64% health. So it kind of pans out well if you look at the boss here, 66. So it's kind of tuned with her damage that the boss stays above that 60. So that her second hit is also going to do the extra damage. So if we go here, you can see we're going to heal. And then we're going to reset with the Lily. Boom. And now the boss is still above that at 63%. So we get a nice big hit on this one as well. Boom. Boom. And, we're pretty close to that getting the boss to dead phase. Now, the cleanse off the right thing often misses the death break here because of that fact that we've got so many buffs on them. And you can see 1 minute 1, like I am struggling to get that 3-star here because it's just that little bit of tuning. So that was like a really solid run. But once again, if Viper misses that strip, it's kind of just GG's and we're kind of done. And if we miss one of the speed slows, it can throw things out and not be a reliable run. But yeah, she absolutely slaps in this kind of stuff. But once again, I just need to improve my builds on my other characters, because on the builds on these characters later, I want to see that. Ooh, yuck. Ooh, yuck. Ooh, yuck. All right, I want to improve the builds on my other characters, and then I think these speed teams with her will become more reliable, because if you look at what I've had to do with sort of gimping my characters, they are pretty slow. If we go to Lily, you can see Lily's just on her Bloodbath build to keep herself slow enough that Viper can go ahead. So if I can get Viper on those, maybe I could even drop the Time Wave, but that's just something reliable I've liked. But once again, if I can just speed up all the other builds on my characters, then it makes everything else run a lot smoother. Now, my Dyna is super scuffed. She's scuffed as. So if I can improve my PvE builds, which are often going to be that Swift Rush and Time Weave, which is why I'm farming that Doki Doki, then this stuff gets a lot better. So that is a look at that one. Once again, she absolutely slaps in this stuff. Pretty much speed runs, but once again, it does have a bit of variance for it. So I'm really happy with her there. I know soon I'm going to have like the speed farming Aurora team, but it's not 100% reliable at the moment. So I'm not farming. And plus, I just need those speed gear. Now, Terramaton, she can slap in here as well, but this is completely unreliable. Once again, due to the gearing on my other characters. So if we jump over into Terramaton and take a look, yep, let's go ahead and equip the build. I think it was this one. All right, let's see how this goes. Boom. Wait, was this the one? No, this wasn't the one. Wait. What was that one? That was the double DPS I was playing around with. Wait. Where's the her and Lily? Oh, I mustn't have saved it. Wait, it must be this one. Let's see. Yeah, I was playing around with a couple things. All right, let's see. Boom. And we go to the strip. But once again, everyone else is completely scuffed in this team. And this also relies on the head not stripping the death break as well. So it's like, it's very kind of scuffed. And once again, this is another situation where I think sometimes we drop the boss below 60%. You can see he's at 63. I think he stays above 60, but we really need him to stay above 60 for this. And we may chip too much damage into him. I can't remember. Let's see. So then we're going to go ahead and get the... and the other problem is Dinah. So the boss lost the death break. And this always screws me with Dinah in things like this. And because the wound was still on, but the death break got stripped, Dinah doesn't reapply the death break, and it basically nukes the damage that I deal on that second hit. And then the run's really scuffed. So my Terramaton is something I have never farmed or really stressed about. So I just slapped this together to test it. But yeah, Terramaton just sucks, essentially, for me. I reckon my runs would be a lot better if they changed Dinah to actually always apply Death Break if it wasn't there. But the fact that she doesn't apply Death Break when it's not there just really hurts her viability. And this is probably going to be a failed run because the boss is going to kill Dinah, re-attack, and then we're just going to get absolutely slapped, yeah. But yeah, Terramaton, something I've never really farmed. And I don't think I ever really see the need to do it, except to get maybe a couple more of the Fury Edge pieces. So I definitely do see that she works there. Once again, my account, I just haven't built for it yet, so it kind of sucks. As for other things, you know, if we go over into the shell drops, she obviously slaps here. I haven't really tested her through these areas yet, so I haven't really wanted to because the 2x is on. In Nico, I just did a quick slap together test of Nico where I just ran double DPS, and I mean, we just monster this stuff when I run the 2 DPS, but you know, it's Nico, so who really cares? Oh, and for PvP, RTA, I haven't really done too much testing. I've seen a lot of mixed reactions from higher ranked players and stuff like that over it's too broken or she's just in a good spot now. You know, I might try and get a few people on for like a podcast type episode to talk about it. I think that would be a good idea. I didn't get to test too much because it's 2x weekend. I don't want to burn time. I was on the gym for a bit yesterday. I was on the treadmill at the gym for a bit, so I tried to queue in for some matches. And basically, it was just long ass queue times. The 2 games where I got to draft her, she basically just did her standard thing where she uses skill 3 and nukes an enemy, and they're dead. So it really wasn't too much of an issue. If we go to this one was the Yelly, so she just nuked the Yelly in a one-shot, which is the same thing she used to do against squishy DPS. So it wasn't like anything mind-breaking to me. And then after that, we ended up getting bots. And then besides that, this Shep guy beat me twice. I think he drafted her. Yeah, so he beat me with her. Basically, she just chunked out my Rahu's HP in the first hit, and then there was no way I was coming back from that. Yeah, I don't have enough DPS characters built. So if my opponent drafts her, that's down one of the 3 DPS I have, and the only one left over is Hoyan. So, you know, I'm just not ready to push rank around this rank yet. But yeah, I didn't really get to test too much. Queue times are crazy because it's 2x weekend. And once I ran into 2 bots after like 5-minute queues, I'm like, yeah, nah, I think I'm done. So I'm going to get more people on to talk about her once the 2x weekend is over, because that's what people are kind of focusing on at the moment. But in general, I think the buff to PvE was great. The PvP one, like I said, I want to get a discussion with more people to get the general summary on that. So I will do more on her coming up. Once again, I just wanted to get a video for you guys, basically covering everything that I'm thinking about from her and from the 2X event. And then in the fresh week, then I'll get some more content out. But that is going to be for this one, guys. As always, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.